Somewhere in Karachi, there's this massive, high-security complex that most people just drive by, never giving it a second thought. But what's made inside that complex? Well, it's in almost every single home in Pakistan. This is not just any old factory. It's the place where the nation's trust is quite literally printed onto paper. We're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden world of the Pakistan Security Printing Corporation.
I mean, really think about it for a second. That banknote you just used for your morning chai, or the passport that lets you travel the world, where do they actually come from? They don't just, poof, appear out of thin air. No, they're the final product of this huge industrial and technological process, all designed to be perfectly secure. And the organization behind it all? It operates on a scale and with a level of secrecy that's honestly kind of mind-blowing.
And this is it, the Pakistan Security Printing Corporation, or PSPC for short. This is the one and only place in the entire country that has the authority to make these absolutely vital documents. It's a subsidiary of the State Bank of Pakistan, which basically makes it the bedrock of the entire country's financial and identity system.
So to really get what the PSPC does, it helps to think of their work in a specific way. You can think of them as creating the nation's official signature. Every single document that comes out of that factory is a mark of authenticity, right? It's a guarantee of value and identity that everyone, from a shopkeeper to a border agent, recognizes and trusts.
Okay, so currency and passports, that's pretty obvious. But its reach is so much wider than you'd think. Consider the integrity of an election. Well, the PSPSC prints the ballot papers, the absolute foundation of a secure democratic vote. What about the validity of your education? Yep, they print university degrees too. Even something as simple as mailing a letter or writing a check depends on the secure products they create. Their work really touches almost every critical part of life in Pakistan.
So, the big question is, how do they do it? How do you possibly create items that millions of people rely on every single day, but that nobody can convincingly fake? Well, it all comes down to what we can call the technology of trust.
The whole operation, with its thousands of employees and this huge industrial setup, is built around one simple but incredibly difficult mission: stop the fakes. And preventing counterfeiting, that's not just about stopping a few criminals. It's about defending national security and making sure the economy stays stable. So how do they actually make things, well, unfakeable?
Their whole defense system is built in layers. It all starts with the paper itself. This isn't something you can just go buy at a store. It's a special formula they make in-house. Then you've got the ink. You know those cool color-shifting bits you see when you tilt a banknote? That's it. And finally, there's the print. They use this really complex process called Intaglio, which uses a massive amount of pressure to leave a raised, textured feel on the note. It's a texture that's incredibly hard for counterfeiters to copy.
Now, this isn't an operation they're running all by themselves. To stay ahead of the counterfeiters, the PSPC works with the absolute best in the world. They've had a partnership with Giesecke+Devrient from Switzerland for decades. These guys are global leaders in security inks. And just recently, they awarded a massive 3.4 billion rupee contract to the German firm Giesecke+Devrient to upgrade their paper-making technology. They're getting ready for the next generation of banknotes.
But all this cutting-edge tech, all this expertise, it didn't just appear out of nowhere. The PSPC we see today is the result of a long strategic journey of evolution and consolidation. It's a story of adapting to the country's needs for over 70 years.
The corporation's history really mirrors the nation's history. It was founded way back in 1949, right after independence. Then a huge step came in 1965, when they created their own paper company to control the whole supply chain from start to finish. Fast forward to 2017, and the State Bank takes full ownership, a major strategic move. And that entire journey of consolidation really comes together in 2025 when it merges with its sister company to bring all of the nation's most sensitive printing under one single unified roof.
And that 2017 acquisition we just mentioned, it wasn't exactly a small deal. The State Bank of Pakistan paid the government 100 billion rupees for it. That number alone tells you everything about the immense value and strategic importance of this place. It wasn't just a government department anymore, it became a core asset of the central bank itself.
Okay, so we've seen what it makes, how it's made, and how it got here. But let's bring it all together. At the end of the day, why is a place like this so fundamentally important for a country?
When you put all the pieces together, you really see why it's so crucial. The PSPSC is way more than just a printing press. It's a guardian of the country's economic sovereignty, making sure the rupee is trustworthy.
It secures our personal identities. It's a pillar of democracy by printing secure ballots. And on top of all that, it's a huge industrial player, with over 1,500 employees, pumping out billions of banknotes every single year. It is, simply put, a cornerstone of the modern state.
And that leaves us with one final big question. As we speed into a world of digital payments and biometric IDs, what's next for an institution that's built on paper and ink? The technology, for sure, is going to change. Maybe they'll evolve to secure digital assets or verify online identities. But the core mission, the whole reason they exist, which is to create and guarantee trust, that's always going to be essential. The real question is, what form will that trust take next?